you're not meditating to be happy, you're meditating to be awakened. Happiness comes in waves. So happiness is up here, where you feel powerful, successful, healthy. Unhappiness is down here, where you feel sad, lonely, helpless. And so this happy, unhappy, happy, unhappy, it creates momentum and motion, that up and down together, it pushes your life forward. So awakening is this realization that all of life is a wave, and something is causing this wave, the ocean, which is God. And Jesus teaches, be bigger than the wave. Be bigger than your happiness and unhappiness. Be the ocean. Jesus teaches that a man can be healthy for 40 years, a triathlete, and then one day, out of the blue, diagnosed with cancer. You could be happily married for 30 years. Then out of the blue, your spouse falls in love with someone else. Life changes in a heartbeat. And Jesus teaches in Matthew chapter 6, verse 19, do not store up for yourself treasures on earth, which means don't get attached to your happiness and don't get attached to your unhappiness. Because if you live your life well, you're pretty much going to be toggling between the both of them. And instead, we tend to get stuck either at the top of the wave, where life's easy, it's comfortable and stable, or at the bottom of the wave, where we're depressed, we're hopeless, we don't know what to do. And when you're stuck, God has to come along. He basically has to unstick you like a Velcro, you know? So when you've been unhappy for too long, God will send you a miracle. And you're like, that's great, do it again, do it again. And God's like, I didn't give you the miracle so you could stay happy forever. I did it to get you unstuck so that your life can move forward. And when you've been happy for too long, you start acting tone deaf and entitled. God will warn you, he'll warn you, and finally allow you to experience fear just to wake you up. And we think that when we're at the top of the wave, we're achieving health, wealth, happiness, we're making progress. And we also tend to believe that when we're at the bottom of the wave and we're sick and our bills are piling up, that we're not making progress. But actually, progress is not up, progress is not down, progress is forward, which includes both up and down. And progress is when you're moving through happiness and you're moving through unhappiness. Eckhart Tolle was suicidal and depressed for 28 years. And during the whole 28 years, he was making a lot of progress. On the 29th year, he experienced awakening, pure bliss, deep, unshakable inner peace, boundless joy. Buddha, same thing, miserable, starving, lonely for 6 years under a Bodhi tree. But a ton of progress. On the 7th year, bam, enlightenment. So write this in your journal. It doesn't matter how long I remain unhappy. It's absolutely not a reflection of my progress. As long as I'm moving through unhappiness, I'm still making progress. You know, you got to think about Martin Luther King. You think about anyone who won the Nobel Peace Prize. You think they were happy? No, it was terribly unhappy, but they were making a ton of progress for themselves and for humanity. Your happiness is no reflection of your progress. Zero reflection of your progress. So don't get attached to it. Don't get attached to your happiness. It's about moving through. Okay, so now you're going to write in your journal, same thing. If I get too attached to my happiness, security, or relationship, God's going to allow me to experience fear and just to wake me up. So Jesus teaches, don't focus on the wave. Focus on what's causing the wave. Because if you focus on being happy or being unhappy, you miss the point. It's a wave, goes up and down all the time. I mean, as soon as it's up, it's down. As soon as it's down, it's up. You can't focus on that. Focus on staying awake. And the most powerful way to wake up is to practice meditation. When you're happy, meditate. When you're unhappy, meditate. Because that awakens you. So that as the wave is moving up and down, you're always moving forward. And you're always the one co-creating the wave with God. The more you meditate, even if you have stones inside of you, as long as you continue meditating, you'll begin to see how you're co-creating these waves of happiness and unhappiness in your life. The Bible says you see in a mirror darkly, but then you will see face to face. That means that you're stuck in the illusion that this is happiness and that is unhappiness. Once God pushes out your stones during your 5 minutes a day of meditation, all this light pours out of you. And in that light, now you can see face to face the reality of how you're co-creating the conditions for wealth, health, and relationships to come to you. And when you get stuck on the top of that wave, how you also co-create the conditions for poverty, sickness, and loneliness in order to unstick yourself. Because you're always unsticking yourself. You're always trying to move forward. And the way to figure out what the heck you're doing at any given moment is to awaken. And you do that by a consistent meditation practice.